Man, we already be short on time, and I started behind. We already behind, man.
Yeah, it's 6:18. You know, as soon as we get started, man, we'll be all right, man. You know.
Yeah. I hate when we lose time, man, because we live right now, but I hate when we lose time, man, because time flies, man.
Right.
We got 14 people in the room already. Hard Body, Timo, Big Snack Pack, Ramsey Sutton III, Bo 1, salute. Nassim the Dream, Terry Smooth Jr., salute. Woolbag, salute. Chase the Coin, salute. What's shaking, my peoples, man? I'm going to let my brother Kirk go ahead and cook because I'm sure y'all can hear me. Almighty Lord, Samuel S., Lauren Bevel. What's going on? Peace and blessings, Queen. Steve Rogers, Star City J, Dante Watkins, salute. Dead Game Boxing, salute. Benatti, Pierre Lewis, salute. MMT Pro, salute. I'm gonna let Kurt cook just to make sure y'all can hear him, man. Go ahead, Kurt, you could cook.
Hey, what's going on, peoples? What's going on with y'all Friday and this Friday evening? You know, we got a big boxing weekend this weekend, man. Looking forward to the fights. First, before we start, you know, I want to say rest in peace to Diane Carroll. She was a pioneer, icon figure. She's the first Black female to have a TV series. She passed away today at the age of 84. So rest in peace to Diane Carroll.
Yeah, man. You know, life is short, man. We gotta, take full advantage of everything, man. Full advantage, man. You know, enjoy every day, man. Enjoy every moment, because we just never know, man. Hey, y'all can hear Kurt loud and clear, right? I just want to make sure.
Microphone check 1 2. Can you hear me, people?
Black Thanos, salute. Bo 1, salute. Yeah, I believe they can hear you. Jay Cooley, salute. Quane, Chris Brown, 4-5, salute. It's just boxing, salute. What's shaking? FOC Rock Boy, salute. What's shaking, my peoples, man? Yeah, so we got some interesting I want to talk about right off top, man. I don't know if you heard about this, but the incident that happened at Clarissa Shields' weigh-in today. Did you see that, Kurt?
No, I missed it, man. I took a nap. What happened?
All right, so her opponent is Ivana Hasbin, right? And their trainers got into it, and Ivana's trainer was walking away, and some I don't know if somebody from Clarissa Shields' entourage or something, they ran up behind him and sucker punched him, and he fell. He was unconscious immediately as soon as he got hit, and he fell flat on his face and went into convulsions and everything, man. Had to go. They rushed him to the hospital. Ivana Hasbin was trying to grab him and wake him up, and she was crying, and she was sitting on the floor with him, and it was just pure chaos, man. Pure chaos. And he's at the hospital. She's at the hospital. Now they're saying the fight might not even come to fruition. They're saying that, if he's not stable, if he, she's not going to fight if he's not in her corner, obviously. And she's worried about him. And, like we always say, boxing is 85% mental. If she mentally is not there, that's a fight. I can't really see her pushing through with that fight.
What idiot runs behind oh, you got to be kidding me. I didn't even hear about that, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And his face was swollen, busted open. He woke up, but they took him out on a stretcher. His lip was like he was in a boxing match. His face was swollen, man. It was a bad situation. And the dude ended up running out the venue. It was ugly, man.
Oh, he's going to get arrested, man. He could be charged with attempted murder. If I was Clarissa Shields, he wouldn't come, 10 blocks from the boxing ring, man. I mean, he could have killed somebody. I done seen that happen to a person that I know in my lifetime, man. You don't run up to somebody and hit them, man. That's a move that a coward would make, and I hope the guy's all right, man. Hey, listen, I love press conferences where there's pushing and shoving, but whoever did that, was a coward, and he went way beyond the line, man. And I hope the guy's all right. Now it might not be no fight, man.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever that idiot is and that moron, you messed up a fight. Now, I'll be surprised if the fight happened.
Oh, my CB Sports TV said that Carl Burrell, he said his name, the trainer is Ali Bashir, and he's in emergency surgery, and the dude that did it is got arrested. So he's in emergency surgery right now, man.
Whoa, wait a minute, man. He's from Newark. I know him. I know him well.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that hit is Ali Bashir?
Yeah, that's the trainer that got hit.
Oh man, he's from Newark, James Bashir Ali.
Yeah.
He used to train Usyk. He was assistant trainer to Klitschko. Man, him came from Boylan Street Gym and Duke's Gym, boxing gym. Oh man.
Yep. Messed up the bag, messed up her legacy. Cause I mean, this is a legacy fight for her. She's going for another weight class. He's 71 years old. Carl Burrell said, man.
Yeah, Bashir's up there, man. He's been around a long time, man. He's like a legend in Newark, man. And people forget he used to train Usyk before Usyk family didn't want him. They fired him. They hired an Eastern European trainer. Oh man, that makes me angry now because now it just turned personal, man.
Yeah.
I've known for years.
Yeah, man. There's no place for that in this sport, man. There's absolutely no place for that in this sport. None. There's no excuse for that. There's no place for that. None.
And the perpetrator did it. He ran because he noticed how serious it got. So he ran out. Oh,
yeah, he dipped out.
He messed up everything.
Carl Burrell said that he got caught now. He got caught. Good.
They need to bring him up on charges, man, because that's attempted murder. You could have killed him, man.
Yeah.
When you hit somebody from behind and they don't see it, it's the worst thing because I done seen dudes 2025 have problems, after they get blindsided or sucker punch, they knocked unconscious, they have a while getting themselves together. They have to go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I knew Bashir was up there, but I didn't know he was 71. He could have killed him.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And he landed flat on his face in that hard canvas, on that hard like a marble floor on top of it, man. Because they wasn't even on the platform. They was on they came off the stage.
Oh wow, man. I know Bashir people, man. That dude. Oh boy, man. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. Horrible, man. And, I mean, like, what are we doing here? Like, I don't get it, man. This is the sport of boxing. The emotions are running high. You got to control yourself. What are we doing?
Listen, I've done seen some wacky press conferences, like I said, Blue and Chat. When there's some pushing and shoving and insulting, I don't got a problem with that. But he went beyond. I mean, he just took it to a whole nother level, man. I would charge him with attempted murder, man. I really would.
Yeah.
Idiot.
It's horrible, man. You want to take some calls, Kurt?
Yeah, let's take some calls.
All right. Let's set this up, and we're gonna start. Yeah, Kurt, man, that threw me all off, man, because I'm like, I was looking forward to that fight, man.
Oh man,
I was looking forward to that fight because I wanted to see, I want to see her create history. You know what I'm saying?
So there's no word on cancellation, but it doesn't look good, right?
Well, they sent representatives from Clarissa Shields' team and the boxing commission and a few other people over to the hospital. So, but they trying to talk Ivana into taking a fight, but at this time, I'm sure she that's the last thing she want to hear, especially if he in surgery. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take a call. That's my brother, Carl Burrell, CB Sports TV. What's your name? Where you calling from? I know who it is, but just for the people.
What's good, dude? TV Sports TV. How you feeling? You and Kurt Sugar, man?
Chilling, man. What's shaking with my brother, man? Hey, listen, before you start, man, go subscribe to my brother CB Sports TV, Carl Errol, man. That's my brother, man. Day one from the pillar on Blue Blood Sports TV, man. He was one of the first 10 people subscribed to this channel, man. Now look where we at. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the first 10 people that subscribed here, man. So salute to my brother. Go subscribe.
What's going on, man?
Yeah.
Man, this is absolutely disgusting. I saw if y'all go on, if I don't know if y'all got Instagram, but you go on there, follow the line.
Yeah, I got the video too.
Man, it's just laid. That man was there laid out, and you know what I'm saying? That's disgusting. That man is 71 years old.
Right.
My father's going to be 73 in January. Everybody ever did that to him, they gonna throw me under the jail for what I do to them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's just downright classless and disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Chills, you know what I'm saying? She made a live Instagram video saying that everybody in her entourage is women except her boyfriend and her bodyguard. So I don't know who this goddamn fool was, but whoever he is, they've already captured him. Unfortunately, though, the fight is off because James Bashir Ali, you know what I'm saying, he's in emergency service because he suffered broken bones in his face.
Wow.
And he was bleeding. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the fight is off because I follow Women Fight News on Twitter. The fight is officially off.
Wow.
You know, this is downright disgusting. And it's not about her legacy and all like that. It's about, this is a 71-year-old man.
Wow,
what in
man.
the world with any idiot that would just, you gonna sucker punch the man?
Right.
Man, this man wants to take.
And so she confirmed that it was nobody from her team?
I mean, she just did pretty much. She said it was nobody from her team, but whoever the goddamn idiot was, she just said that only she said her whole entourage people was women, and it was just only men is like her boyfriend and her bodyguard.
Yeah, because it was definitely a dude. And you know what, you're right too, because when I was looking at on the stage, she was mostly with women, yeah.
You know, but it's just, that's just disgusting, man.
And when you watch the video, it looked like the dude was in the crowd, like he was a spectator or something.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't, you know, that's even worse. If you're a spectator, what the hell is wrong with you, man? This man is an old man.
Right.
Even if he was a young man, you gonna sucker punch him?
Right.
I don't respect that, Blue.
Man,
I don't.
That's disgusting, man.
You know, when I said before, my father's gonna be 73 years old, God willing, in January 6th, and he's just battling his third bout of cancer, and he beat it.
Man, blessings to him. Blessings to him, man.
Absolutely. But do you know what I would do to somebody for touching him?
Right. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. First of all, you don't do that to a young man, let alone come on, man.
And sucker punch them like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had, and see, Kurt Sugar, the man had his back turned and he punched him.
Right.
That's a straight pull. A straight hole.
Yeah, and he felt fat on his face, Kurt. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. Man. It's hard to watch.
And I know James very well, man. Oh man.
Yeah. Because I first found out from BWTM Sports, you know what I'm saying? It's like he's been rushed to emergency surgery. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I saw his video, one of his live, and I'm like, what? And then Black America sent me a video on Instagram of the alleged perpetrator who did it. The coward tried to want to run out the building, but I'm glad the authorities caught him.
Mm-hmm. And you see, he was still trying to fight other people on the way out.
Yeah, but you know he'd be charged with assault and potentially attempted murder.
Mm-hmm. Definitely attempted murder.
You know, but and definitely assault because you assaulted that man.
Yeah, and you assaulted an elder on top of it.
You know, I mean, it's downright disgusting, and I feel my heart goes out to, you know what I'm saying, James Bashir Ali, his family, and even Ivana, you know what I'm saying, because she was really in tears. She was distraught. There's no way she could have fought tomorrow. No way.
Right. Yeah, you saw hey, Kurt didn't see it, but man, she was on the floor pleading and crying, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's going too far. I mean, that's past boxing right there.
Yeah.
That's not boxing.
And I went and CB, man, when I seen her crying like that, I knew the fight wasn't gonna go push through. Because I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? She, you know, when you emotional like that and you talking about fighting the next day, that's not happening. And worry.
too much of a wreck, and I don't blame her for not fighting. You know, I'm not mad at her at all. I do not blame her. You know what I'm saying? That's her feeling. Obviously, she truly loves him. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't get nobody that you don't love.
Right.
You know, and for her to see that, that's distraught. But for this fool to mess up Clarissa Shields' legacy fight and then the bag for her and Ivana, it's just downright classless and tasteless. You know,
it's horrible, man.
I was really
and CB, like I was saying, Kurt, you and CB, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, this dude looked like he came out the crowd, because he didn't look like he was with anybody. He looked like a fan that was trying to prove a point.
Trying to prove a sucker punching an old man.
Right.
What can you prove except that you're a moron? That's the only thing that you prove, that you're a moron.
Yeah.
And you put stigmatism on yourself and on us as a people. I had to go on Twitter and check a few people. Everyone's on Clarissa Shields and her thugs. And no, y'all not gonna do that to her. I said she cannot control what somebody else does. Whoever the perpetrator is, you blame that person. You don't blame her for that.
Yeah.
She didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
And she didn't. She had absolutely no clue that an idiot was gonna come up and sucker punch on her opponent's trainer.
Right.
Had no clue.
Now she's gonna look back. And to make it worse, CB and Kurt, it's in her backyard. Her legacy fight in her backyard.
Yep.
Now it's gonna look like you can't control your fans.
Exactly.
Hey, I
don't put it on her.
They'll be going back to Flint.
It's horrible, man. They ain't gonna go back to Flint. No, that's it.
No, you can put that in the bag. They're not going back there.
Nope.
And you can thank that idiot for ruining it for Clarissa, because you know what I'm saying, she deserved the hometown fight. Now you did all that training and all that goes down the drain for what?
And you know, his family, they're gonna sue the venue. You know, security was there. I'm like, how did you know what I'm saying?
That's what I want to know. I don't get that. Like, how does security even let that man get that close? Like, that's unacceptable.
That's what I'm saying, because you know, now I'm thinking about it, right? Now I'm thinking about it. He had to either be a media member or part of the team, because you can't get in like that. You can't get that close.
He had to be. He had to be somebody. I mean, I know she wanted, Clarissa wants to distance herself from the perp, man. You know, but she probably know him. He probably was a cousin or a friend of one of the entourage or whatever. That's how it usually works. But I know Bashir Ali's family, man. They ain't gonna take it laying down, man. I mean, I know them, you know, and like I said, man, I don't like violence in any kind of way. But to sucker punch a man at 71, man, you know, you're gonna have to deal with some things, man. But I'm glad the police got him. They should charge him with attempted murder, man. He messed up her bag. He messed up everything. No homecoming fight, legacy, all of that. He did. He sucked the whole world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And think about it, right? You got to think about this, right? Now PBC got to pay for that. The whole event, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy. What about all those tickets that they have now? Yeah, because
it's a black eye on the sport of boxing, Blue. It's a black eye.
Yep, it definitely is.
You know,
man.
Not Clarissa has the stigmatism. Oh well, you know, whether she goes, she has a bunch of thugs, whether it's going to attack you and all that. You know, and that's unfortunate for her. But that's the best she's going to get from this.
You're right.
Because one complete and utter idiot don't have no self control. Now he in the booty house.
Yep. Yep.
You know, and I'm just glad that I hope, you know, saying that that Mr. Bashir Ali, you know, make it out of this safe. You know what I'm saying? But the man has multiple broken bones in his face. You know what I'm saying? He's 71. That's unacceptable, man. I'm sorry. That is unacceptable for you to put your hands on the elderly, on anybody, but especially the elderly.
Yeah, like that's oh man, that angers me, man. I don't like that, man.
Too, man.
And then the young guy that allegedly did it, guess what? The man I'm talking about, you could tell he was looking like short and stocky, and he was in shape. So I know you put something into that punch.
Yeah, but that's what and then you see that's where you get the people around, you know, like nobody jumped to help him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody quick to, even if you saw the security or the police officer that was standing there. Like, what do you? Why didn't you react a little bit faster? You know what I'm saying? Oh, man.
There's no way he should have been able to get out that building.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying too, man. The dude had to be, even when the weigh-ins are open to the public, you still can only go but so far unless you media or a part of the team.
Man, that's just sad, man. That just messed me up seeing that footage, like, you know, disgusted me. I was like, oh, you know.
Man.
But I'm not going to hold you brothers up, man. You know, I just want to let y'all know that unfortunately the fight is off because of an idiot. And, you know, an idiot's decision, you know what I'm saying? And now this is a black eye on the sport of boxing, a sport that we love. And it's a black eye on Clarissa Shields because they already thought she's angry, she's marketable and all this and that. Now this is, you know what I'm saying, a black eye on her too, you know what I'm saying? But it's good to building with you brothers, you know what I'm saying? Peace and blessings to you, Blue, and you, Kurt Sugar, man. I'm going to tune into the show, man. Y'all be safe, man.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate salute, CB.
All right.
Hey, Famous Brad, man, retract that comment, man. We can't have those type of comments on YouTube, bro. They'll flag the channel for that. So retract your comment, man. You got to retract that comment, or somebody got to delete it. For whatever reason, I can't do it.
Wow.
Unreal. Yeah, Kurt, man. The video is disgusting. It's hard to watch, man. I saw the video and I'm like, man, I can't even watch this. This is hard to watch, man. We got another caller, bro. What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Eric Stewart calling from Philly.
Eric Stewart, what's going on? Salute to Philadelphia.
How you making out, my brother?
I'm good.
How old are you guys, by the way?
How you doing, bro?
I'm sorry to hear about that from that trainer, man. That was really bad. I seen a little bit of the footage.
Yeah,
it was blood everywhere, man. But I'll tell you what, bro. This is a learning example. That guy won't never get a chance to do that again.
Nope. But
I'm talking about in life.
Yep.
He made a bad mistake, man, by doing that.
And you know what? And it just made it harder for the fans. If he is a fan, it made it harder for everybody, man. You know, it's good. They just gonna tighten up even more tighter now.
Right. It's gonna make situations tough on you guys too when y'all doing media stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, why would you go and hit an older guy anybody like that?
Right.
He just messed up everything, man. I was looking forward to seeing that fight.
Right. For no reason, man.
I was looking forward to seeing that, man. Now, all of those tickets, he just messed up everything, man.
Right.
And it had to be somebody she knew because you can't get in there like that. Like you guys were saying. You can't get in there like that. So it had to be somebody she know, but I know she don't want to tie herself to this individual.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna try to separate herself from it, but it's gonna be hard to do. It's gonna be hard to do.
Work.
And you think he was arguing with people from her team on top of it, so you know it came from her side.
Right. And you know what, Tim? A press conference. I think it was the one before this. You know, I know, Temperance Flair when press conferences come up before fights and stuff. And the older guy was talking reckless, but I don't think nobody deserves that. You know what I mean? So that probably was from the first press conference when he was talking all foul to Clarissa. But it had nothing to do with you, man. This is a fight. That got money on the line and everything. A lot of money is involved. It just makes Clarissa look real bad, like her team and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they're gonna say.
Right.
Her and all her hoodlum friends from Detroit and stuff like that. They're gonna just make the whole picture look bad for her.
Mm-hmm. It's a homecoming fight. It's in your backyard. They're gonna say you can't control it. We're never going back there. And she's trying to do so many positive things for the city of Flint, Michigan. It's horrible, man.
Yeah, and like my man said, man, that's a real big black eye, man.
Yeah.
Especially for her career, man, it makes her look bad. She'll never get another fight, not a championship fight there in that city again.
Right.
I'm sorry to say, but I hope they roof this dude, man. You know what I mean? I don't feel sorry for that guy.
Yeah. Me neither, man.
They need the roofing, man, because that angers me, man. I see that guy laying there like that with all that blood like that.
Yeah, man. Kurt, you, man, it's disgusting, Kurt. It's disgusting, man.
I'll probably get mad because, like I said, I know him very well, man, and she's gonna get a label like her thug friends, just like Riddick Bowe did in the Galata fight. You notice how they label Riddick Bowe.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. These fighters, I'm not gonna lie, they come from the bottom of the barrel. They're not educated and they from the hood. When you get on a certain level in a boxing game, you have to separate yourself from certain people in the hood. I don't want to stay in the hood because the two don't mix. It's like oil and water. You got a multi-million-dollar contract. She was staying to make $800 to $1 million, and he messed that all up because I know she knowing him. Yep. But like I said, I wouldn't want to know me. I would separate myself, but you cannot have certain people who has that hood mentality. You must separate yourself from them people once you reach a certain plateau.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, man. I totally agree. And how do you fix this? There's no way you can fix it. I mean, they do it the day before the fight.
Yeah,
they do it the day before the fight. Come on, man.
It's next to impossible, man.
It's really impossible.
It's next to impossible. It's almost impossible. But listen, we're going to have to get to the next call, all right?
Go ahead, brother. Always a pleasure talking to you guys.
I appreciate you.
And I'll see you today. Thank you very much. Man.
Salute. Yes, sir.
All right.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Salute, Blue. This is Crawford, man. How you feeling, my brother?
Oh! What's shaking, man?
I'm good, man. Cool. Look, salute my brother Curtis, man. On his birthday tomorrow. Early birthday to my brother Curtis, man. Sugar in the house.
Hey,
Kurt Sugar. Yep. He had a beautiful lineup of boxing, man, and some moron decided to go and disrupt that, man.
What happened?
I said he had a beautiful day of boxing laid out for him, and the moron went and disrupted that.
Oh, come on. You always gonna have that, brother Blue. You always gonna have that, man.
Yeah, man. You can't.
I don't think Scrap know what happened. Tell him what happened, Blue.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, Scrap don't know what happened.
No.
Oh, the Clarissa Shields fight got canceled. Yeah, Ivana, I forgot her last name that fast and it's slipping my mind. But man, that's crazy. How did I just forget her name? But her opponent's trainer, they were, right before the weigh-in, they were going back and forth, have a little, how it is, tempers flaring and all of that. And her opponent, before they got to weigh in, he comes off the stage, and some dude, man, they don't know if it was from Clarissa Shields' team or they don't know where he came from. He comes behind him, James Ali Bashir. He sneaks up behind him and sucker punches him. Habazin sucker punches him, knocked him out cold right up in the air, and he falls flat on his face and broke his face, blood everywhere. Yeah, blood everywhere. Ivana had how you pronounce her name? Habazin. She was on the floor trying to wake him up, crying. She's screaming for help. It's bad, man. So how could she be mentally prepared to fight? And he's in emergency surgery right now.
And this is in Flint, right?
Yeah, in Flint, Michigan. Yeah.
Crazy.
And
that fight is off, man. She can't fight like that.
Yeah, she mentally can't fight like that. The fight is officially canceled now, anyway. But
it is official. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and but representatives from Clarissa Shields' team and the boxing commission, and they at the hospital. They trying to. But listen, there's no way she's fighting. No way.
That's crazy. So, he's still fighting? Is that card still on? Is
Jerron Ennis?
The whole card?
I don't know if they can. I don't believe they canceled the whole card because Jerron Ennis, Showtime is not going to allow that. So Jerron Ennis will just move up. Maybe they'll add some to the other card. I don't know, but it's horrible, man. And they give her homecoming for a chance at history. She had the chance to become. Faster, a champion in multiple weight classes, faster than Vasyl Lomachenko. Right. And now that's down the drain, in her hometown. So now and to make it worse, you know, I'm gonna ask both of y'all. Let me ask you, Scrap and Kurt. Well, she can't show up to the fight.
No, that wouldn't be right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta weigh in, right?
Right. She can't do it. So now, you know, it's her card, it's in her city, and she can't even personally be there because it would look bad. Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
She can't be there. That's
I
crazy,
told you,
man.
that dude sunk the whole world, man. I'm telling you.
Did they catch the dude right there?
Yeah, they caught him. He tried to. There's footage, Scrap. You can check out the footage, but
okay.
And it just looked horrible, man. It looked disgusting. It's hard to watch, man. It's hard to watch.
That's
71-year-old man, you do that too? Come on, give me a break, man. Give me a break. Give me a break, man.
We got a lot of upset people in Newark, man. I know them. Bashir Ali is well respected in Newark around every boxing gym. You got a lot of people that's very upset. I'm telling you. And you know how
my brother CB Sports TV, man. He sent me a picture, man. I got a picture. I'm gonna show you guys, man. Man, this is horrible, man. Look at this guy's face, man.
Oh man,
you see that, Kurt?
Nah, I don't see it. You know.
Come on.
I'll probably watch it, man. But it's just, but you know, I knew Bashir was up there. I didn't even know he was 71. You gotta be a coward, man. You know, to do that. You know, sneak up on him behind and hit him.
71. He's 71 years old, man. Come on, man. That's horrible, man.
Wow. Oh man.
It's horrible, man. And you know, and then the brother CB Sports TV, Carl Errol, he said that you know, Clarissa is trying to distance herself. She's saying that she don't know the guy. His face is broke, Eric Stewart. They saying that she's saying that she don't know the guy, you know. But there's reports now coming out that Miss TTUK, shout out to her, peace and blessings to her. She said that they saying it was her brother, and some other people now got messages saying it was her brother too.
Wow.
Oh, I hope not.
So man. I hope that's not the case, man. I hope that's not the case, man.
Oh, come on, man.
I truly hope that's not the case. I truly hope that's not the case, man.
That's crazy.
Look, I'm praying that's not the case and you know, if Clarissa's saying she don't know the guy and it turns out to be her brother, like that's even worse.
That's not a good look.
Yeah,
that's not a good look.
That's even worse. So hopefully that's not the case. I mean, but the dude, he didn't have on no Clarissa. He didn't have no. I can't see it being her brother. It's hard for me to believe, but because he didn't have no Clarissa Shield apparel on or nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm kind of finding it kind of hard, you know. But he's somebody that we know he knows somebody knows him because first of all,
he was too close.
Right. The weigh-ins are open to the public, but you can only go so far. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, they're gonna find out. They'll do a thorough investigation for sure.
Yep.
Oh man, I just hope it's not, man. She got a bright future, man. She don't need to be caught up in all. And I feel bad for the brother, man, that got tapped. That's crazy right there.
Yeah, 71 years old. Come on, man. And you know, and not to be insensitive to Ali Bashir, you know, but you know, her legacy, this is a legacy fight for her in her backyard. She keeps her hair a certain color blue for the water. She represents the city good. You know what I'm saying? She got a homecoming fight. Showtime was promoting it. I seen a promotion of it on ESPN earlier today. I saw a promotion of the fight on ESPN earlier today while I was watching Undisputed with Skip and Shannon.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Man, things can't happen at a worse time, man. That's crazy.
You know, you just can't make this stuff up, man.
Boxing always seems to have something crazy. Just when you think nothing crazier can happen, something like this happens.
It happens,
this is boxing, man. I mean, it's life, man. Yep. Always revolving around boxing, crazy nonsense, man.
Yep.
Well, I want to hold your brothers up, man. Continue with your show, man. Y'all got a great show, man. Everybody support these brothers, man. They putting in a lot of work.
Yeah.
Salute you, y'all.
Appreciate you, Scrap. You welcome it. You welcome anytime, my brother. You already know that, man.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, peace.
All you gotta do is send a message, brother. Send a message, and you welcome anytime, bro.
Salute,
I appreciate it, my brother.
No doubt, no doubt.
Everybody subscribe to Scrapbook Boxing. Peace, brother.
As a matter of fact, Scrap, send me your email so that way I can send you a link so you don't have to call in.
You got it.
All right.
Got it. It's done.
I appreciate you,
bro.
bro.
You need to get it from Curtis, but I'll send it.
Yeah. Send it to me. Send it to me on Instagram. So I could get it from Kurt. Either way, but just so that way you just send out the signal to send me the link, and then I could just bring you on the show, bro.
I appreciate it, brother. You got it.
You already got it. Peace, brother.
Peace. Peace, Scrap.
We had a calling. I don't know what happened just now. Michelle Bouchard, peace and blessings to you, Queen. Stanley Brown, Burke for marketing, salute. There we go. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Blue? This is Reggie, man. It's Reggie Owens, man. What's happening?
Oh, the brother, Reggie Owens. What's good, Reggie?
Reggie. What's up, bro?
What's happening, Kurt? Man, I was up here at work, man. Always tuning in to y'all.
Appreciate you.
I want to get a word in. What's happening?
No, go ahead, brother.
No, I want to get a word in on this thing with Clarissa, man. This is going to be the greatest life lesson for many of these fighters, man. Many of them. This girl done lost all this money that was set forth to be the first millionaire or $1 million fight for a female, and now some bum who wasn't set to make a penny off of this fight has cost us. And this is why it's crucial to watch who you bring with you. Not everybody can come when you're on your thing, and that energy you keep around you, or that you pop up, man, it can destroy everything you done built up, man. I feel bad for her, man.
Mm-hmm.
And for the OG, I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to get back at the dude. All that excuse making, man. Some people got to be DP for their behavior when they out there doing things, and it just shows where people don't have any standards or ethical code. Why you punching on an old man?
Right.
And these folks out here wild.
No,
man,
hey, Reggie, no morals, bro. No morals.
None.
None at all.
And I bet you this, and I bet you this dude is probably 25 or younger, man.
Yeah, I bet. With daddy issues. That's the problem with these folks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the girl that he was going off on. It's like, why are you escalating this and behaving like this? Or why are you even on the stage? I don't know if she's anything dealing with Carissa's training staff. I understand you're at home, but you got to control. You got to control the environment, control the people around you. Or just don't bring them around. Like, and this is always what I've seen this multiple times to where stuff like this arrives at these fights, where people who aren't getting in that ring are the ones inciting stuff. And with this loud back and forth commotions, the powder keg is always... It's
always the people that's not fighting.
Absolutely. And I want to say this. When you see many press conferences where you join at each other and the two, they will be bumping chests with each other, but they won't hit each other like Terence Crawford do that slow punch against Benavidez.
Yeah.
But see, the two fighters, they understand how far to go when they just, posturing with each other like two coy cobras, but nobody ain't gonna throw no punch because they understand the severity of it. You could mess up an event like this idiot did, and I don't got no problem with that. We talking in each other's face, even when we push each other back. The other guy, he act like he gonna do something, but he don't, because they understand how far to take it.
Mm-hmm.
And there ain't nothing wrong with a press conference like that, but great. But this idiot thinking he was on the street between Jefferson and 7 Mile in Michigan and decided to take it out on 71-year-old Bashir Ali. I'm upset, man, because I know him, so it's personal, man. And I don't know the dude. How old he look, Blue? 30, 25?
Oh, man, he looked like he young, strapped, too. It looked like he was in shape, you know what I mean? Little short, stocky dude. Horrible, man. Horrible, man. We can't make this stuff up. Little short, stocky, he looked like he could have been, he definitely no more than 27.
Wow. Hitting up. Oh, it could have been your grandfather. Unbelievable.
Yeah. And to do it, you run up and sucker punch him on top of it. You know what I'm saying?
And then now you got to view it like this. How far does this set Clarissa back? Because when it comes down, you're dealing with the money people. When you did this, how do the money people look at you now? Do they want to invest with you? Are you bad to touch? Like, that's why I don't like folks who do that loud talking, want to play like they gangsters. You want to play like you gangsters, do it where ain't people around. You see the true test of folks.
And you know what?
Going in the locked room. And you see a lot of people ain't gonna do that rah-rah.
And you know what? Another thing, right? People, they don't like Floyd Mayweather, but you can learn stuff from that brother, man. Remember when people from his team start joining at the other team, he would tell them, "Listen, knock it off, or you gonna be gone.
Yep.
Knock it off, or you will be gone." You know what I'm saying? Even down to, remember, Nate Jones was John back and forth with Pacquiao people, and he told him, "Look, yo, go over there, go in the crowd, go do." You know what I'm saying? We don't do that here. We don't do that here. Because you understand the bag. You know what I'm saying? She was going to create history in so many different ways, and that now people going to look, and now they have a reasoning not to go forward. You see, this is why we don't pay women. You see what I'm saying? So many things just went astray for her in her career right now. Hopefully, you know, this dude has no, especially if they find any ties to her. Hopefully, this dude has no ties to her. But obviously, he represented her in some way because they were jawing back and forth, and you know, it came from her side. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, this dude don't have no serious ties to her, like a family member or nothing like that, man.
I hope it's not a brother, because then she's lying, and then it's going to be like, you know, in the words of Robert De Niro, he sunk the whole world, and you know, man, it's going to be a trickle down effect. This may it may even reach Al Heyman to the point where you're like, look, Clarissa, we can't fight in Flint no more. It's going to be a long time. You know, this got to go away, and you know, you missed out on $1 million and legacy. I mean, just everything. You cannot mess with business. That's why I say you must separate yourself from the hood. I'll be 53 tomorrow. You got some guys that's 50 years old still want to do the same stuff we did at 25 or 30. Talking about, yo, I heard about this new club that's popping. Nigga, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 50. I'm past 50, bro. I'm on Geritol time. I stay home and watch college football all day and be on YouTube and talk boxing. The hell with the club. You missed it. You missed it. But what I'm trying to say is that, you know, there's certain people, and a lot of people from the hood, they don't never ever mature. They think it's cool to be fighting and then going to jail and doing this and that. And I'm from the toughest neighborhood that you would ever see. I'm from Hayes Home Projects in Newark. And anybody that's from Newark and Hayes Home Projects, that's where Marvin Hagler lived, can tell you in the 80s and 90s, Prince Street was no joke. But, you know, and I know the mentality, man, once you're in business, you're an entertainer or an athlete, you cannot bring them dudes around you, man. They don't know how to act. They outside of their environment, but they still act like they in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't do that. You can't. Maurice Blocker, Zab Judah, Riddick Bowe brought people like that, and Maurice Blocker, you didn't want to fight their family. Their family from the projects in DC. You know, you didn't want to fight them, man. But you cannot bring people around like that.
Right.
Tank had to do in this entourage that the FBI was looking for.
Mm-hmm. I see Ronald Jenkins and Kennard Williams, man. Y'all, come on, man. Y'all can't be serious with those comments, man. The old man wanted smoke and he asked for that. What are you talking about, man? It's boxing, man. Energy, tempers flaring, and people start drawing back and forth. It has nothing to do with that. That man is 71 years old. You see Floyd Mayweather, father, he draws back and forth. You know, a lot of people do that. You understand what I'm saying? There's women. There's a whole lot of people that go back and forth, man. That it don't call for that. It don't call for that. It don't call for a 71-year-old man to be sucker punched and his face broken because he was unconscious before he hit the floor. Come on.
Yeah, that's way off stuff. I'm getting ready to get off too, Blue, but I want to concur with like what Kirk said about you can't take people with hood mentalities everywhere with you. I got a brother the same way like that. I mean, I love my brother. We feel the same blood, but he know where, because our path in life is different. I understand the path of life differently. Even folks who I grew up with, everybody I grew up with from LA, all the cats in my neighborhood are felons. Every single one of them, they got caught up. But when it comes down to things, because my path, they know they can't come everywhere with me. And I keep that in line, but that doesn't mean I'm selling out, I can turn my back on them. Our mindsets are different. We can't go through everywhere. I don't go in the hood acting like a menace to it, because I'm going to respect my hood the same way I'm respect and behave. The way I act in my neighborhood is the same way I'm going to act anywhere else I go. I don't have to change up. When I see people in the hood who are detriments to the hood, they violent towards everybody in the hood, but those same people will go out to Hollywood areas, Beverly Hills areas, suburban areas, and they know how to behave. All that menacing type aggression and all that stuff, they don't carry that with these other folks. And this is the problem with hood folks. But this is where this deep level of self-hate, this is where it manifests. And all that stuff, because people jaw jack, you gotta be emotionally intelligent of knowing when and where to carry your aggression. That old man didn't pose a threat to nobody. So that young dude's a sucker, he's a punk, no morals, and he probably wouldn't do that to nobody of his own age. But that's all I have. I'm gonna fall back in the chat and listen to the show, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, indeed.
And Ronald Jenkins, man, I see you saying how many words he called. The dude is, first of all, he's black, man. So I don't know why we're trying to use the race card. So that makes that has no bearings on this situation. And furthermore, if you're gonna do that, if that was the case, then you do it to his face. You don't steal on him from behind. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Big Snack Pack. From there,
My brother, Big Snack Pack. What's good with you?
Snack
Man,
Pack.
what's good, man? What's going on, Kurt Sugar?
Chilling, man. How you doing, my brother?
Man, you know me, I'm holding on like a hubcap in the fast lane, you know what I'm talking about?
I know Big Snack Pack from the South say something like that, boy. I know you from the South saying stuff like that, boy.
Man, hey, bro, that's crazy, man. I so hate that happened, though, bro. I'll tell you one thing, bro. I have fought a lot of belts, you know what I'm saying? Me being fight party shorty, you know, I love boxing, you know what I'm talking about? And like a lot of times with the popular fights, I'm about to have a fight party. With the fight ain't that popular, you know, I'm still watching. And I can honestly say, man, Clarissa Shields, you know what I'm saying, as far as my son, my other boy, he like boxing, he's my wife. We were actually looking forward to that fight, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really sad that had to happen, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just like I say, not only he's an older guy, there was a second person, an older black guy, that's all terrible, you know? But the thing is, man, I just hope to God before they condemn Clarissa too bad for this, that they have actual evidence or actual facts saying that, you know what I'm saying, there was some, even if it was, I mean, but still, I would just wait for this, you know what I'm saying, kind of fall on her if the person wasn't really with her, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It happens, you know what I'm saying, it's sad, and I want to do to get it just due.
Mm-hmm.
But before Clarissa Shields get condemned for it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I would like a little bit more evidence to hop out and shit. The sister was on the road, though, you know what I mean? And hell, I would hate for like something like this to stop her momentum. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Big Smack. Yo, and the thing is that she was on her way to making $1 million, the first woman to ever make $1 million. And and this was in her backyard, right? She fight for the water in Flint, Michigan. She keeps her hair blue every fight for that reason. You know, she was becoming a world champion in multiple weight classes faster than any boxer in the sport of history. You know, like she has this fight has so many implications on her legacy and her career. It's not even funny. So for it to go by the wayside in this manner, and think about it, right? We was just saying this, right? The fight pushed forward because Jerron Ennis is still gonna fight. So the card is still gonna go forward, right? But now she can't even show her face at the arena.
Man, and that's crazy, man. And I mean, if you think about it, she didn't put in. If you had my vantage point, y'all been in the game a little bit longer than me as far as UFC covering it, but she did more for the city. I mean, I'm sorry, the state of Michigan or the city of Clinton. Floyd never did. He's from that just like she is. That's why I'm like, that's terrible, man.
Mm-hmm. She represents the city, and you got to think, ain't nobody trying to go back there.
Yeah.
So now all the awareness she was trying to bring to the city, all the eyes that would have been on the city for this, all the attention, she would have had the world's attention for this fight, and to bring awareness to the water crisis. That's all by the wayside now.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I say, boy, that's the tough ordeal, man.
Yeah.
That's really a tough ordeal. I still send my prayers to Ali Bashir. I'm sorry, James Bashir Ali. I send my prayers to him, man. And like I say, I pray to God there wasn't nobody else directly with her. You know what I'm saying? Pray to God they get this sorted out, man. Because I mean, that's losses all the way around, bro. All the way around.
All the way around, man. It's horrible, man. Horrible.
But man, I appreciate you letting me call in, man. I'm gonna get back to these little ugly kids I got over here.
That's your lifeline. That's your lifeline, bro.
I make good, baby. You know, I'm beating my wife's beauty. You know what I'm talking about?
That's a fact. That's a fact. I already know. Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Happy birthday tomorrow, Terence, man. Y'all take it easy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Peace, brother.
Already, 100.
One. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's shaking? I'm calling from Harlem World, USA.
Oh, man. I know that voice. I know that voice. What's shaking with you, my brother?
What's good, my guy?
Ain't nothing, man. Trying to be like you, man. I'm just a squirrel in your world.
Man, listen, man. I didn't even know you had the hotline, man. I'm glad you got this. I miss these things, man.
Yeah.
When Junior had this pumpkin, what's going on? What we talking? What we building on those?
We talking.
Clarissa?
Yeah, we
was
talking about the situation with Clarissa Shields.
Well, I seen it while I was leaving the gym. I was going through and it said, you know, Ivana Handbags and a trainer KO'd on the floor. But I already had kind of watched the press conference and I seen Clarissa's sister going at it with him at first. I thought that it was her that did it at first, Blue. I thought it was the sister with the little haircut. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was her that flew. But come to find out, I heard it was like the bro or whatever. Whoever did it, you know, it's wrong. You know what I mean? I see that the fight is canceled. I don't think Ivana Handbags, in all fairness, me being a fighter, y'all, I don't think that it's right that she would have to go out and fight without a trainer.
Right.
Like having your trainer in your corner is very, very important. I told y'all that. You know what I mean?
Well, not to mention, you know this, but the sport of boxing is mental. You know what I'm saying?
And she's a female seeing, you know, somebody that's probably old enough to be her dad, Ivana Handbags, and crying, you know, seeing him on the floor. You know how girls are, bro.
Right.
They do feel like that. They're not like us where they can, you know, post up and chill and be like, damn, that's that stuff. You know what I mean? Girls are going to be emotional about it.
Right.
So I definitely think because she's a woman on top of that, that definitely they did the right call by doing that. Hopefully, Jerron Ennis, are they stopping the show altogether? Because I would think it would be cool if they, you know, bumped up Jerron Ennis to the main event. I'd still watch it.
I think they're gonna bump up because I don't think that Showtime is just gonna get rid of that entire card, a televised card like that.
For real.
I think they're just gonna go ahead and push forward with Jerron Ennis.
So yeah, and I definitely, you know, Blue. I just think that, you know, I mean, it's sad because I tell people that fight was very important for Clarissa because if people don't know, that will make Clarissa the quickest 3-time world champion, 3-time champion out of anybody.
Mm-hmm. Faster than Vasil Lomachenko.
Even before Lomachenko, she would pass Lomachenko.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why that fight was very important. And I'm kind of mad, you know what I mean? I really wanted Clarissa to knock her out the way, you know, so she could keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. We can't control our family members and stuff like that. I got a couple crazy family members too, so trust me, I know.
Yeah.
I heard it was your brother, huh?
Yeah, I know. No, it was. That's why I said she was arguing with the sister, the Dice, excuse me, the Dice.
Yeah.
Like, I have to just say it like that because I got, you know, Dice in my family too. She had a nice haircut, by the way. Whoever her barber is, yo, her face was on some G shit. You heard? Like, her fade was tight, bro. I never even seen an uptown fade like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, she had T-Rex carved in her hair. You know what I mean? She's like an AG. You know how them AGs are. I know for a fact, Blue, you know how them AGs are in Brooklyn.
Yeah. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm saying they give it up crazy, like, dude. So that's why, but it was the brother, like, the 70-year-old trainer kept arguing. I heard him kept provoking it. Then the brother eventually went over there and punched it. You know what I mean? Yeah,
he was animated. He was he was egging it on. But listen, that happens. That happens, man. That happened. That happened with Kenny and Derrick James. Yeah. I mean, and we talking about two males that actually boxed. You know what I'm saying?
Point. That's why they was blue. That's why they was able to control themselves.
Right.
Yeah, but it's been a lot of press conferences.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Go ahead.
Okay, man.
No. Go ahead. I was saying. I was trying to hear what you were saying, Kurt.
Nah,
if I don't get to call you tomorrow, happy birthday now.
Yo, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Like I said before, man, you know, I like to see a press conference with a lot of Jews pushing and shoving and talking to each other, going back and forth. That's a lot of press conferences been like that for many years. But see, they know how far to take it, the two fighters. Remember when Crawford threw that slow punch at Benavidez? He did it, but he didn't mean to do it. You know, he knew Benavidez was going to go out the way.
Mm-hmm. It was muscle memory, but he caught himself.
Right. When they understood how far to take it. But this idiot, and I know James well, man, I'm so upset, man. Y'all just don't know, man. But, you know, man, they should have charged him attempted murder, man. Real talk.
Yeah, it's bad, man. Talk. It's bad.
You're not lying. The way you was on for that dude is 70, bro.
71 years old, man. 71 years old.
71? Wow.
Yep, 71. Right. Hey, Ack, we're gonna get to another caller, my guy.
Yeah, my fault.
Yo, Ack, do I got your email? Text me your email so I could just send you a link.
All right, bet. I'm gonna send you an email. Your Blue Blood Sports at gmail.com.
Just text it to me.
Okay.
All right.
Salute.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, yours truly. This is Abel Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. What's good, y'all?
What's shaking, Abel?
What's good? The basketball boy. What's up, bro?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, y'all be holding that down in the center, though, bro. That's awesome, though, man.
Appreciate you, bro. What's going on with you, bro?
Well, I mean, a lot is going on boxing, though, man. Kind of bummed out that we're not going to see the rematch between Errol Spence and Sean Porter. You know what I mean? Because that fight was off the chain. You know, and unfortunately, PBC is going to enforce Denny Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr., which is not a bad fight. I'm not trashing on it, but it's not the fight that we're looking for. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just a little bummed out that we're not going to get the rematch, though. But here's the other thing, though, that I think that I need to get this off my chest. The sympathy for Bud Crawford is going to end for me because he needs to fight people. If he wants to have a possible 50-50 shot, he's going to have to step in and fight people. I mean, Sean Porter could be a best opportunity, or even a Kell Brook too. You know, because he needs to start fighting good names on his resume to enforce the 50-50 conversation. Because right now, where his resume stands, it's not strong enough, in my opinion. What you guys think?
Go ahead, Curry. You go first.
Well, what's frustrating, man, is this guy is so talented, the best overall skill set in boxing, but boxing is a business as well. So when you have skills like that, you know, you want to maximize them and your legacy by building your brand. And that's what Earl is doing. And it's so frustrating to hardcore boxing fans and casuals when a talent like Terence Crawford is not maximizing his legacy by fighting A-level opponents. You know, we want to see him fight the Spencers and the Garcias, and it's just very frustrating. I'm frustrated. I haven't said much about it because he's my favorite fighter, but for the life of me, I don't know why he re-signed with Top Rank. It just remains a mystery. There must have been some kind of back-end money or some kind of bonus money because I just can't see how he resigns to a guy that don't care about him. Every blind man can see that. So, you know, man, it's just, you know, it's never perfect in the world of boxing. There's always some kind of obstacle course, and we just going to have to deal with it. If they don't never fight, man, it's going to be a black guy on the sport. And Crawford, because Steve Spence got a opponent. Crawford don't, so it's a loss for Crawford.
I do agree with you, Curtis, on that. Now, let me ask you this historical question to both of you guys. I've been thinking about this the last few days about it. I mean, with the whole negotiation situation that's kind of, you know, going on between Spence and Crawford, does it have any similarities to what B-Hop and Roy Jones had? You know, despite the fact that it was supposed to be a rematch, but basically the whole money situation, because remember, Bernard was undisputed middleweight champion in 2002 and had an opportunity to face against Roy Jones Jr. Now, I'm not familiar with that whole controversy, so if you guys can light me on that, I would be great.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, well, they fought in D.C. in 1993. Bernard was green, and they talked about a rematch, but Roy wanted a lot of money, and Bernard established himself, you know, as an elite fighter. But Roy used to price himself out. But there was many times that they supposed to have fought. Now they did fight, but they were well past their prime. It never came to fruition. In boxing, it could be timing. You know, it could be like this fighter want too much money. Sort of like James Toney and Bernard Hopkins. They were supposed to have fought at a catch weight, but Bernard wanted James Toney to lose too much weight. So, you know, that never happened. And, you know, so you're going to have it where you two elite fighters, they can have fought one time and never have fought the rematch where this should have been, you know, an immediate rematch, or they never fought at all. You know, it could be money, negotiations, you know, it takes a lot, you know, for a big fight to happen because you're dealing with business and you're dealing with the fighter's ego. So, you know, that fight should have happened maybe like they fought in 93, maybe like in 95 or 96, because Bernard, you know, was green when they fought. He was still up and coming, but, you know, the same it never happened in the rematch.
Yeah, and the first fight, it wasn't even close. It wasn't, you know, it was Bernard started to make a serious name for himself, and then everybody started to call for the rematch. But the first fight, it really wasn't that close. You know, the ability, the athletic ability, the difference was so far, and it was so far. It was ridiculous. You know, so you know, Roy started feeling like Kurt said, he priced himself out because Bernard started making a bigger name for himself, and Roy started to feel like, why I got to fight this dude again when I outclassed him the first time? You know what I mean? As the public and the boxing world started to call for it, because, you know, at that time, like Kurt said, everybody felt like Bernard was green, and now he got experience. He started, you know, he obviously got better, you know, and people started calling for the fight, but it just never came to fruition, man. You know,
right.
I mean, it did come, but that didn't even count to me, man. And even when the second fight, right, Roy still looked athletically more superior than Bernard. And Bernard was doing all types. Remember that, Kurt? He was laying on the floor and all types of ridiculousness. Like, bro, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
But that led me to believe that if Roy would have rematched him in 95 or 96, I think Roy still would have outclassed him. Because you look at when they fought in the twilight, Roy still was effective, and Bernard was doing all types of extra, just ridiculous stuff. You know, it was just bizarre. It was the fight itself was like clownish. I mean, Roy was trying to take it serious, but you know, it just looked like it just gave me the indication that if they fought in 96, 95, 96, I think Roy still would have outclassed them, man, because I think that the styles just was all wrong for Bernard. You know what I mean? He was.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he
had problem with athletic fighters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Antoine Echols, Robert Allen. That's why he lost to Jermaine Taylor, because Jermaine Taylor, you can out hustle Bernard. That's what we have problems with. Bernard beat you when you stand in front of him.
Right.
But, you know, it was just a bad matchup for Bernard. Roy athleticism.
It was
too
much
wrong for Bernard.
Yeah, and remember Kurt in the second fight. I mean, the last fight. Remember he was frustrating Bernard, and that's when Bernard started doing all that ridiculous, turning him around and falling on the floor, all types of. I'm like, what are we watching here, man? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It got ridiculous. Like, what are we watching right now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Bernard do that, because he did against Chad Dawson. Remember what he did against Chad Dawson?
Exactly.
He couldn't beat Chad Dawson. Right.
He was doing it. It was like, I'm like, come on, dude. And Bernard was, and Roy was, when they fought, and Roy had been knocked out by Glenn Johnson, all types of people by that time. And he still was giving Bernard. Yeah. And Bernard still couldn't knock him out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's just like the Kawasaki fight. That's another indication. If Roy was in his prime, he would have beat Kawasaki, because he still gave Kawasaki problems in that fight, and he was far past his prime then.
Right.
You know, the problem with Roy is he just did stuff that you absolutely should not do when you boxing. He did everything, like just things that the trainer would say he did absolutely everything wrong, you know, but he was just so gifted athletically, it was ridiculous. So, you know, but that's what he relied on. You could tell Roy never honed his craft. He never, he never made no necessary adjustments like Floyd and, you know, these guys that, you know, when they realized their athletic ability started to slip, you know, they had something to fall back on. Roy still never had that. He still wanted to fight you with his hands down and play chicken with you, and he was getting clipped, all types of ridiculousness. So Roy fell off a cliff quick because, he went up to heavyweight and came back down to fight Tarver, and, you know, just didn't listen to his body, and his body never recovered. You know, he never had the reflex. Yeah, his reflexes fell right off a cliff immediately.
Yeah, bro.
But
you can even tell after the first fight with Antonio Tarver, like the reflexes weren't there. You know, all the movement that he used to do. I mean, I would contest to this day he should have never moved up to heavyweight to face against John Weed, but he took, you know, the opportunity to make history for himself, which is a good thing. But as a consequence, he went down to light heavyweight to face against Antonio Tarver, who gave Roy Jones all sorts of problems, and then eventually knocked him out in the second fight.
Yeah, and remember, we're gonna have to get to the next caller, but you remember, bro, Abel, remember, now I just lost my train of thought, bro. Man, I lost my train of thought. Oh, he had I knew I was gonna say he had the Evander Holyfield Mike Tyson fight on the table, remember? And he decided to turn those down to go fight Tarver because he believed in his ability so much that he was going to go fight Tarver and then go back up there and fight Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, whoever, you know, was available, whatever. Oh,
yeah, and also the fact that there was after he won the WBA title with John Weed, you know, the mandatory was Lennox Lewis. And Roy Jones, you know, moved down back to light heavyweight because he wanted no partial to it.
Yeah, he wasn't. That was a bit too much. See, height wise and reach wise, he had a better chance with Holyfield or Tyson. I don't know if he would have won those fights, but you know, just physically, you know, Lennox Lewis was just far too big for him. You know, he was one of the first super heavyweights in the world. You know what I mean? How you think that fight would have played out, Kurt, with Roy and Holyfield or Tyson?
I don't know if he would have won those fights, man, because even though they was like kind of past it, you know, they had weight divisions for a reason, and you know, Holyfield and Tyson were very experienced, man. One quick good place body shot or one left hook on the chin, and that would have spelled the end for Roy. That's why he hesitated. He wasn't really sure, but his arrogance led to his downfall because he really thought he was Superman, you know. And, you know, you can't lose 25 pounds of muscle mass and think you're going to be the same because neurologically your body is not going to be the same, man. Roy found out the hard way. People was just timing him when he came back down light heavyweight, but I don't know if he'd be Holyfield Tyson. I doubt it very seriously.
Yeah, I mean that was his best opportunity, is because they was on their downslide, and not to mention, you know, physically he wasn't as big as them, but he had a better chance physically than he did with Lennox Lewis. There was no way he was going to beat Lennox Lewis. You know,
right?
It would at some point in time. Because Lennox Lewis reach, he just couldn't stay out of the distance, out of harm's way with Lennox Lewis. I don't believe, just because of the reach and you know Lennox Lewis able to close the distance in his reach. You know, he would have had to always be in somewhat harm's way to touch Lennox Lewis. Where you know Holyfield or Tyson, you know they were bigger than him, but you know he would have been able to jump in and out. You know, because they were older. You know, it was a lot going on. So you know,
right.
But you're able. We're gonna get to the next call. All right, my guy.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for allowing me to chop it up with you guys. Salute the entire LGBC. And later on tonight, I'll have another episode of Basketball Conversation. Y'all go ahead. Y'all people in the chat, y'all go ahead and check it out. We're gonna discuss about some basketball stuff. We're about a month away from the 2019-20 season. It's going down.
What you gonna mention? How the Bulls getting ready to win the NBA Finals?
No, yeah, bro. My Bulls got a lot more work to do before we can get into that conversation.
Yeah, I'm a Bulls fan. I've been a Bulls fan since '84, man.
Right. You know, I was gonna say though too. You know, the NBA has done Carmelo Anthony wrong though, and we're gonna talk about that. It's gonna be the big topic in my show tonight.
Yep. I'm tuning in, bro.
Yep. See you around, Curtis.
Salute, Abel.
Hey, Abel, do me a favor, bro.
Yes, sir.
On Instagram, give me put your email. Let me get your email.
For sure, man. I'll make sure I'll do that.
All right, appreciate you, bro.
All right, peace.
Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Blue.
What's shaking?
What's going on, man? It's Anthony Lumar from Shreveport.
Anthony Lumar, what's good with you, King?
What's going on, man? I want to get back on that Clarissa Shields topic. Stuff the old man was going off on was Clarissa Shields' sister.
Your phone was breaking up. You got to start again.
I was saying the old man that the old man, he was going off on a stud, right? Yeah, that turned out to be Clarissa Shields' sister.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it on when Clarissa goes to do her live streams and stuff like that.
Right. Y'all think
that's why they saying it was her brother that struck him, you know.
Right. What you think caused that though? Like, why do you think he was going off on her so bad? It seemed more personal than anything.
I don't know, man. I have no clue. But you know, this started in the press conference. This didn't start the weigh-in. This started at the press conference. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So they've been going back and forth. But like I said, again, you know, people are everybody wants to make it, you know, well, it was a woman that he's going off on, but she's like a part of Carissa's team. You know what I'm saying? Right. Clarissa Shields is a female boxer. His boxer is a female boxer. So, you know, it's a thin line, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know, it's a man going off on a woman, but he's in women boxing. You know what I mean? So it's like, and her team, her sister's part of, you know, so I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? But that don't garner. He didn't put his hands on nobody. I know people were saying that he tried to mush her, you know, her sister, and you know, I didn't see that. You know, I missed that part. You know, and obviously, if you didn't watch the whole thing, I didn't see the whole build up. You know, but they're saying that it was her brother, and they're saying that he was trying to mush her sister and so on and so forth. But I don't know about that. What you think, Kurt?
Well, I didn't see it. I know Bashir. You know, it's one thing to be jawing at people and insulting people, but you cross the line when you sucker punch somebody. That's a different animal. You know, it's been thousands of press conferences where Roberta Duran called Sugar Ray Leonard wife a whore in the press conference. Sugar Ray Leonard didn't sucker punch, or nobody in his camp didn't sucker punch anybody in Duran's camp.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they fought in the ring. You know, Ricardo Maega felt, you know,
he smacked
Spain Mosley.
He smacked her on the butt.
He smacked her on the butt, absolutely.
Yeah, he smacked
Elijah Tillery, Riddick Bowe. So it's been crazy press conferences, but this is disgusting, man. Ain't no room for behavior, you know, a cowardly act like this one, man. Mm-hmm. No room for it in the sport of boxing.
You know what? You know my thing is this, man. If you want to square up with that man because that's your sister, that's your cousin, that's your family member, whatever, you want to take up for her and you want to square up with her, cool. Square up with him in his face. He's 71 years old. You don't have to go behind him. He don't see you. You sucker punch him and then you run. No, man. If somebody disrespect, because I see people saying if that was a female in your family, so on and so forth. Guess what? I got 5 sisters. I got daughters. If you disrespect my wife, my sister, one of my sisters, my daughters, my cousins, my nieces, right?
Right.
I want you to see me coming. Why do I not want you to see me coming? And if you didn't put your hands on them, I will come in your face and warn you. Listen, don't disrespect the women in my family. Don't whomever it may be. But I'm not gonna come up behind you. Because guess what? Just like people saying, oh, he wanted that action, or he was saying whatever, you know, he's finger pointing, trying to mush people. Guess what? He didn't come up behind them. He was in their face. He was in their face.
And then another thing I want to ask you, man, it's kind of off topic, but that Jerron Ennis fight, man, what's your predictions on that?
Oh, Jerron Ennis gonna walk. That dude's gonna be tailor-made. That's tailor-made for him, man.
Tailor-made.
Easy fight for him.
Another knockout.
Easy fight. He gonna outclass him. What you think, Kurt?
Ennis 3 rounds, man. You know, he gonna get some work in, man, and take his time, and you know, combination left-right fight is over, man. You know, this dude, you know, one of those tough Argentinian fighters, man, who think defense is illegal, and you know, when you fight a guy that has perpetual and rhythmic motion, man, that style doesn't resonate against that kind of fighter. It's science.
Is he facing like A-level fighters or B-level fighters?
No, not yet, man.
They are what, C levels?
Yeah, C levels, man. After this fight, he's gonna have to fight at the very least B's, man. At the very least,
right?
He has to. To me, I'm calling for Jerron Ennis to face either Sergey Lipinets or Yordenis Ugas next. That's what I want to see.
This will be a good fight.
Yeah, what you think, Kurt?
That would be a great step up fight. You know, for Ennis, I want to see how good he is because I'm giving him props and we all giving him props. But I done seen this before. There was a fighter by the name of Kelsey Banks. They say he was a can't miss and he took a right hand right on the chin, you know, and he quit boxing. You know, he was a 6-foot featherweight. You know, and it's tough in there, man. You know, he looks the part, but is he the part? You know, so when he step up, we'll find out.
Right. Well, that's all I wanted to ask, man. You know, it's Bomb Squad on my side. Y'all take care. Have a good day, man. Shout out to the LBBC.
You too, bro.
Appreciate you, champ.
Enjoy your night.
All right.
Yeah, man. I want to see Jerron Ennis versus either Sergey Lipinets or Yordenis Ugas. Or, you know what? Another fight I wouldn't mind seeing him in there with, and I know he's going to outclass this dude. But it's a name, and he's going to be resilient. He's going to come forward. Omar Figueroa.
Right.
You know,
after this fight, you're right, because he got to step it up now. He had like this be his 24th fight tomorrow, and you know, now is the time you want to test your pup. You want to see what he has. So step up to the plate, start fighting, B-level competition, a fighter with a name, and we see what we got.
Right. It's and now it's time. You know what I mean? It's no more of these dudes that's club fighters and bar fighters, man. We already know your talent is too much for them type of fighters. It's just too much, man. It's now let's get somebody that's going to give you feedback, and I'm expecting him to be favored in those fights. Except the Ugas fight might be more of a 50-50 fight for him.
Right.
But Sergey Lipinets and Omar Figueroa, they're just gonna put up a fight. They ain't gonna lay down. So I want to see his skill set, his stamina, his will tested, because they're gonna test his will. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But your Danis Ugas has skills. That's a big fight. That's a big step up for him. You know what I mean? But that your Danis Ugas fight is a announcement fight. You know what I mean? That's a notice fight. That's putting the welterweight division on notice. If you could showcase your talents in the same manner you do against everybody else against your Danis Ugas, that's a showcase fight. Got another caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, look out, Ashy Knuckles, man. Houston, Texas. What's good?
What's shaking, my brother Ashy Knuckles in the building? What's good?
Hello.
Ain't nothing, bro. Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. First of all, what's going on, Kurt? I ain't want to forget about you, you know what I'm saying? Y'all doing a damn thing this afternoon,
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
So it's unfortunate she ain't gonna get that bag, you know what I'm saying? But if Showtime's gonna do like most do in the boxing, you know how it goes, the show must go on, then that's a good look for Jerron Ennis. Mm-hmm. But my call specifically, because y'all was talking about an old school fight. I guess we can call it old school, because I was around in non-deuce, non-trade, a little older than that too. Mm-hmm. Roy Jones and Bernard Hopkins. I don't recall Bernard being like green. I've been hearing that for so many years. Bernard was the number one fighter in the world in the IBF, because he was going to fight James. He was supposed to fight James Toney before James Toney moved up in weight. And I think he fought Iran Barkley, Bernard Hopkins was like 22-1 with 16 KOs. He was the number one rated in the IBF. Roy Jones was rated number 2. He hadn't accomplished nothing yet in the sport. He was like 21-0, 20 knockouts. I know he was hot. Everybody was on him because he was hot, but I thought that was an evenly matched fight. I mean, how are we saying Bernard was green on that? You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I was calling about, really.
The thing is that Bernard, he was older, and the thing is that Bernard had issues going into that fight, and he was just getting he fought a lot of guys, that were I don't want to. He didn't fight a lot of meaningful fights going into that fight, and he had, if I'm not mistaken, he had Kurt. But didn't he go to jail?
Yeah, he went to jail. That's how I learned to box. Bernard lost his first fight at light heavyweight against Clinton Mitchell. Yeah. Then he dropped down to middleweight. But Bernard was green for this point. Remember something? Bernard hit his stride late. When he knocked out Trinidad, he was already 36 years old. Mm-hmm. And if you look at that fight, Bernard didn't really know what to do. Bernard came on late in his career, the second half of his career. Right. It's just like saying George Foreman was better than the young George Foreman, the old George Foreman. Bernard was a little confused, but he was a tough dude. That's the only reason he was in the fight, but he was losing every round. And I knew he was going to lose the fight because I said Bernard wasn't ready. He just moved up the ranks real fast, but I knew he wasn't ready for nobody like Roy. Right. That's why he lost.
Yeah, he had the best person on his resume was Wayne Powell. Until that point, he hadn't beat.
At the same time, Roy hadn't fought. I mean, he ain't fight nobody. I mean, he was the Jorge Castro. I mean, the only dude who went the distance with him. I mean, I don't know, because I mean, at the end of the day,
well, the thing
Roy outclassed him easily. That's the truth. But at the same time, Roy outclassed James Toney, who was number 2 in the world. As a matter of fact, he was number 2 pound for pound. Pernell was number 1. James Toney was number 2. Roy was number 3.
When we saying he was green, we saying he didn't come into his physical gifts as of yet. You understand what I'm saying? Like Roy was the goods right out the gate, right? Like Floyd Mayweather, right? Yeah. So some people block, you know, they pile up wins, but they don't come into who they are as a fighter sometimes so late. Like for instance, Manny Pacquiao, right? Remember, Manny Pacquiao was getting knocked out and everything before a certain point in his career. You know what I'm saying? And then
I remember all that.
Right. So the Manny Pacquiao
Hussein gave him a tough fight too, but if you look at BoxRec and make it look like he just ran through the dude. But yeah, I remember all that.
Right. And so that's what I'm saying. So he didn't. Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins didn't physically blossom into his gifts. You know, going into the Roy Jones fight, like Roy Jones. Yeah. Roy Jones was already out of this world.
Gifted. I remember coming out there. Believe me, I understand completely. I just didn't want to. I don't know. I mean, obviously, Roy was more talented than damn near everybody else in the sport. I mean, we know that for sure. I just didn't want to put that green label on Hopkins because Hopkins was still a damn good fighter at that time.
Oh, he definitely was. No. And what we saying? Go ahead, Kurt.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Kurt.
He wasn't a fighter, but remember something. Even the year later, in 1994, he went to Ecuador and got knocked down twice against a fighter by the name of Segundo Mercado. Now, they had a rematch in D.C. and Bernard beat the brakes off him. He still wasn't ready. Like I said, the best Bernard I've seen was against Trinidad and De La Hoya. And when he fought Trinidad, he was already 36 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's the best.
I mean, then we're saying he got knocked down, and I mean, it's a fight. You know what I'm saying? This can happen on any night between any two combatants.
So no. What we're saying
I'm not hanging it on I can't hang it on the fact that he was getting knocked. He got knocked down, or he had harder fights, or dudes he struggled with. The thing is, in 2 years after that fight with Roy, he would become world champion, and he never lost that title. He didn't lose it no more until he fought Jermaine Taylor. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, this is just my own opinion. Not knocking nobody's opinion because we got old school cats and I seldomly get to talk to old school fight fans. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But my whole thing is he probably wasn't on Roy's level, but he was still blossom into who they end up becoming. You know what I'm saying? In the sport of them don't blossom early. You know, it's
right. But what we're saying is he became a better fighter later on. And once he garnered the Roy Jones fight. That was a big fight. So that wasn't. It wasn't like it wasn't. You know, we're not saying that he was just drawn in this. You understand what I'm saying? It was a big fight. But when the rematch was called for, he was a better fighter 3 years later than he was when he fought Roy the first time, and that's why everybody wanted to see the. You understand what we're saying now? So everybody wanted to see it 3 years later. Because it was like, oh, he's a better fighter now. He understands who he is. You see what I'm saying? And so now the people call to see the rematch. You understand? And to describe that he wasn't who he was in 96, who he was in 93. So that's why we're saying he wasn't complete of a fighter in 93 as he was in 96.
That's I can agree with all that. It's just that green, man. That green make it look like a motherfucker. He didn't know what.
That was a big fight. That was a big fight. We're just saying that he got more experience, he got better, and so when it was called for the rematch in 96 and it never took place, he was a far better fighter than he was in 93.
That's a fact. I agree with that wholeheartedly. He was, but a talented fighter is going to naturally get better with time. You know what I'm saying? Even Roy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Some guys are not. Some guys are just not ready. You know, at the moment. Like right now, we got Devin Haney, we got Shakur Stevenson, we got Teofimo Lopez, we got Tank, we got Ryan Garcia. Right now, we know, for instance. Okay, so now they're all talented. Right.
Indeed.
But if Devin Haney fights Ryan Garcia right now, or Tank Davis fights Ryan Garcia, we all gonna favor Tank or Ryan and Devin to beat him because he's just not ready. Now he's more talented than everybody, so that would be a big fight. But it'd be even bigger fight once he truly understands his talents. You understand what I'm saying?
I can see, but I damn sure don't think Hopkins was on that level. I mean,
No. I'm just giving you an example of we know that pool of talent, right? Ryan Garcia's his talent level is on their level, but is he ready to fight Devin Alexander? Devin Haney right now, even though they're on the same age level. Devin Haney, his talent is blossomed quicker than Ryan Garcia. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's my only point of contention. Not saying anybody is wrong. I just want to put a point out there that y'all can debate or throw it in the trash if you want to. But in the sport of boxing, we all know that everybody is not going to be blessed with the natural talents of Mayweather or Roy Jones. But what made the throwback fighters who they are is they go into the fight with the guy that's naturally talented, knowing that I'm not as talented as this guy. I may not be as skilled as this guy, but I am skilled. So the throwback fighters knew that going in, and they knew they had to do whatever they had to do to get the victory in spite of that. That's what makes them a throwback elite fighter. But
what I'm saying is just think about it, right? If Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fought right now, opposed to if they fight 3 years from now, right? And Ryan Garcia grows into his own, right? They're gonna be saying that Ryan Garcia wasn't ready for Devin Haney right then. He could beat everybody else, but he wasn't ready for Devin Haney. So he was too green for that level.
I got a question. I hear you on that, Blue. Mm-hmm. I got a question there. So let's say Roy Jones and Kurt, I ain't leaving you out too, 10 folks. I got a question. Let's say Roy and you know what? This wasn't even the subject of the whole live video that y'all doing. It just I happened to caught the ear of it. I'm like, well, let me just call in.
No,
but check it out. Let's say Hopkins and Roy did not fight, and Hopkins fought. Who would be on that level for Hopkins to fight for that title? Because like I said, he worked his way up to the #1 spot in the IBF. You know what I'm saying? He was going to get a title shot regardless if Roy was there or not. So I'm like, my whole thing is that if he would have hit Roy with a counterpunch and knocked Roy out, nobody would have been saying, oh, Roy wasn't ready. They would have gave Bernard Hopkins all the props in the world. So I'm saying on the same token, if you would have gave Bernard Hopkins props, which everybody in the world would have given him, being 22-1 with 16 knockouts, and Roy being 21-0 with 20 knockouts, if he knocked out Roy, Bernard would have been that dude. So I'm saying everybody's saying Bernard was green, and they kind of put a dim light on the win as far as Roy Jones. So I'm saying if you would give Bernard Hopkins all the credit in the world for knocking off Roy Jones, then you got to give Roy Jones the credit for putting a stop to that and doing what he had to do and getting that W and moving forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's all I got to say about it.
But that's what I'm saying. We gave Roy credit for beating Bernard Hopkins. We just saying that in '96 he was a better fighter than he was in '93.
That's a fact. I'm in agreement with that.
So anybody could get clipped and knocked out. That don't make you a better fighter.
That's a fact.
So
that's all I'm saying.
But no. So we saying right. What we saying is that we giving Roy the credit for beating Bernard Hopkins. But when it was being called upon for the rematch in '96, Bernard Hopkins was a better fighter than he was in '93. So there you have to say. So then,
everything you said is true.
Right. So okay. Now, if Hopkins was a better fighter in '93 than he was, in '96 than he was in '93, then how would you describe Bernard Hopkins in '93?
I wouldn't say he was green. I'll probably say that he learned what he was supposed to learn in that fight.
Yeah, but how would you describe him though?
I would not call him green because he lost the night with Roy Jones. Roy Jones didn't knock him the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Roy Jones outclassed him.
He outclassed him.
You know
right. But that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is he learned the lesson, right? So if you learned a lesson, that means you was green.
Oh no, you never stop learning. You go through your whole career picking up little because you only got what you got because of who you spar and who you fight.
No, you definitely learn. We don't stop learning, right?
Yeah.
But
that don't mean he was green though. Green is when I hear green, I hear a dude is raw, undeveloped talent.
No. I mean, there's a difference between being a prospect, being a contender, being slightly green, right? You see what I'm saying? For you could be Errol Spence's first pay-per-view, he was green.
Say that again?
Errol Spence's first pay-per-view with Mikey Garcia, he was green. He never been on that level. So let's say Errol Spence would have fought Floyd Mayweather. I wouldn't
call him green though.
If Errol Spence would have fought Floyd Mayweather, Errol Spence is green compared to Floyd Mayweather.
I'm just not in agreement with that.
Well,
now if you're talking about in big fights, he's inexperienced with the big lights and the suits and the stars and stuff like that. Yeah.
So what do you? For instance, all right. Hold on, listen to this. So what do you call when my brother D-Lo said this makes sense? So what do you call Erickson Lubin when he fought Jermell Charlo? Because he was in position to fight Jermell Charlo. He worked his way to that position, but you don't think he was too green? Like Jermell Charlo was saying, he was too green. He was too early. He had the talent.
That's what Jermell Charlo was saying, but no, I don't think he was too green. I mean, if you work your way up.
But you have to understand.
If you get clipped, you just get clipped.
Yeah, but you got to understand this, right? But you got to understand this though. You're not going to get a 2-0 fighter fighting a champion.
That's right.
So you have fights under your belt. You work your way to a position, but that don't mean you're not green. Because you're not going to get a fighter. They won't sanction a bout with a guy that's completely green, like 4-0 with a Floyd Mayweather. That won't happen.
Right. That's what happened with Jaime Munguia. He was supposed to fight Triple G, and the commission of that state said no. They didn't want to fight Munguia fight Triple G because they said Munguia wasn't ready. Remember that? The commission said no.
Right. And at that time, Jaime Munguia had more fights than Bernard Hopkins did.
A commission can't stop a fight from happening. They can only stop themselves from sanctioning a fight under their organization. You know what I'm saying? A commission,
but they stepped in because
they just wouldn't sanction the fight. I mean, there is their prerogative.
Right. So they stopped the fight then.
Yeah, they stopped the fight from happening under their organization, but they don't dictate who green or not because.
But they
sanctioned organization ain't even fighters.
Yeah, but they stopped it because they didn't believe that he was ready.
I mean, that's their prerogative as a sanctioned organization. Just like if a dude is old as hell and he keeps trying to fight, but everybody know he punch drunk, the same sanctioned organization can be like, you know what? I'm not allowing you to fight under the WBO. Just like an athletic commission can be like, no, I'm not giving you your license. It's their opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we could when we use that, then we could say it's our opinion for everything. Yeah, I mean, we know it's our opinion, but no, we know it's our opinion. But what I'm saying,
my opinion, I'm just saying.
No, I dig what you're saying.
Wrong at all. I'm just saying.
No. I dig.
Green because he lost his first world title shot.
No, I dig what you're saying. I'm just saying that we have to understand there's different levels of being green. He wasn't 4-0. He wasn't 4-0. He wasn't a prospect. But he
was a contender.
Right, but he didn't fight. But he didn't fight. But the thing is, he didn't fight. He didn't work his way through the levels. Is what we're trying to tell you, right? So it's a difference when going from fighting, let's say, I don't know, just a bar fighter. And then jump into Floyd Mayweather. Now people could say, "Well, you worked your way through the rankings. You got the Floyd Mayweather, but you are not ready for Floyd Mayweather." You understand what I'm saying? Right. So you could work your way through the rankings, and because there's some guys that's in the ranking system that is just not quality fighters. No disrespect to them, but you could work your way through the rankings. But now right. But now you jump from.
But you don't get rankings based on talent. You get rankings based on what happens on the night of a fight when you knock off somebody who had a higher ranking than you.
But that's my
whole point. It's not based on your talent. I mean, we as fans we were able to just look at find out, well, this dude don't have the talent as this guy. But that's not how you move up in the sport. You move up in the sport based on wins.
Right now,
and
would you right now, Jerron Ennis is running through the rankings. Would you put Jerron Ennis in the ring with Canelo Alvarez?
No, I wouldn't put him in the ring with Canelo Alvarez.
Why? Because he's too green, right?
But he don't have to me, this is my opinion, he don't have enough fight to where I could say, all right, he's no longer a prospect, he's a contender. Let's move him into contender status.
But he's not a contender. But he's not a prospect right now. Jerron Ennis has 23 fights.
How many fights he got? Because I can't think of.
He got like 23 fights.
Oh well, no, he ain't no prospect then.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But you won't put him. But you won't put him in the ring. If you was his promoter, would you put him in the ring with Canelo Alvarez? Would you put him in the ring with Errol Spence?
No promoter.
No, I'm just saying. If you was Jerron Ennis promoter right now, would you put him in the ring with Errol Spence or Terence Crawford?
I'll probably give him a fight with somebody in the top 10 before I move him for a world title fight.
But he's in position right now to be able to fight Errol Spence or Terence Crawford.
Well, it is what it is. You got to shit or get off the pot.
No. But what I'm saying, what is it wise to put him in there with them right now? He's not. He's green, right? He needs to face.
Word again, man.
Listen.
Fight, but I would say green, bro. That green word. When I hear green, I hear prospect or raw undeveloped talent. He's not undeveloped talent.
Roy Jones' talent was on a whole different level than Bernard Hopkins in '93.
And I'm in agreement with that, but you don't get rankings or title shots because you're talented. You get it based on victory.
Right. So again, I'm gonna ask you again. Would you put Jerron Ennis in the ring with Terence Crawford or Errol Spence? Because Jerron Ennis is running through the ranking system.
I hear you, but this is what I'm saying is, to me, he don't have enough quality victories for him to fight for a world title yet.
Who?
Maybe in one,
Jerron
maybe
Ennis?
in 2 fights.
Jerron Ennis, right?
Jerron Ennis.
Okay, so that's what we're telling you. What quality victories did Bernard Hopkins have?
I don't know, man. I don't know who all was ranked in the top 10 at that time. I just know that Bernard did what he had to do to be number one.
Go ahead, Kurt.
What quality wins did Roy Jones have? He was just running through everybody. He had 21 fights. They had similar amount of fights. It ain't like Roy Jones was just knocking off all the top-notch guys. He had no accomplishments up to that point. Roy Jones'
talent was on a whole different level, bro.
I hear you, but
it wasn't. Hold on, listen. Bro, listen to me. There wasn't even a champion that you would favor over Roy Jones at that time. Roy Jones' level. Go ahead, Kurt. Let Kurt. Hold on, bro. Let Kurt cook. Go ahead, Kurt.
But Bernard didn't beat anybody. They both was green, but Roy athleticism was far and away. His skill set was better than Bernard. So Roy always fell back on his athletic ability, even though he was green. But Bernard was not as athletic as Roy, and he was green as well. Bernard didn't beat anybody to become number one in the IBF. He just moved up. Sometimes you don't have to be an elite fighter. You could just be consistent. And you can, rankings, you put you on the top. But, I admire you not falling off your square. I know what you mean, but it's like 801, and I know, I think 78. 78 is going to be coming on, man. But they'll call back. We admire the call, man. We can go back and forth all night, but it was a great discussion.
All right. Can I just make one more comment before I go?
Go ahead, man.
All right, Jerron Ennis has a great talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can all look at him and be like, oh, yeah, he's going to be world champion one day, right?
Right.
But that's my whole point. I mean, it's this. He has all the talent in the world, but he just don't have a victory. He don't have the victories to fight for a world title. That's my only point. If we base it off of his talent, then throw his ass in there with Errol Spence. But you don't get a title shot based on your talent. You get it based on victory. That's my whole point. Because if it was all about him having more talent than everybody, Jerron Ennis got more talent than 90% of the welterweight division.
Yeah, but he has
not ready.
Listen, look, let me show you something. Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are going in title fights. Who did they beat? Jerron Ennis is on the same level as them. They work their way through the ranking system. They work their way through. Jerron Ennis essentially could fight for a title right now, but you wouldn't put them. You wouldn't. There's a reason, and everybody complains about Devin Haney not going into a fight with Vasyl Lomachenko next. Right? He has the goods. He's worked his way to that position, but there's a reason why they say he's not ready. Right? Because he's still green. He's still green, is what we're trying to say. He has the talent. Right? Who did he beat? He didn't beat didn't beat anybody of significance to get to that point. He just worked his way through the system.
Right. And this is how he got the interim title shot. The guy that he fought, even though he had less than 10 fights, the guy that he beat a veteran in the division in Hank Lundy. You know what I'm saying? Not saying Hank Lundy was some world beater. But if you can beat Hank Lundy, you are prepared to fight anybody in the top 10 in the lightweight division. You have enough talent to at least make it competitive against anybody in the top 10. So he beat Hank Lundy, and he ended up getting a title shot versus this hot prospect. And Devin knocked him off. That's why he is where he is. He didn't just fight from Joe Blow. Everybody look at the 7-8 fights that old boy had, but they're not looking at it. They're not checking his pedigree and the things that he went through to get to that point.
I understand.
He's a wily veteran with experience, and that's how he got to that position.
All right, bro. But we got. I dig what you're saying, but just call back, man. We'll have this conversation another day, but we got to get out of here.
Man, I ain't mean to be so long-winded, man. I appreciate.
Hey, listen, it's a great debate, man. Don't listen. You ain't got to apologize for being long-winded. That's what we're here for. Appreciate you, man.
All right, bro. Be easy, man.
All right, peace.
Salute.
Hey, Kurt, man. It's 8:04 already, man.
I know, man. Time flies when you're having fun.
Unbelievable, man. I mean, we ain't even get into the topic at hand, man.
I know, man. A lot went on today that we didn't expect, man. And you know, hey, that it happens like that sometimes, man. And, you know, it just went real fast.
Yeah, man. It just that's why I try to start on time. Hey, listen, guys. I'm gonna be more on time from now on. I had a little issue today that was holding me back, stopping me from being on time. So we started late. And the show we try to get up. I'm gonna be on time, man. You guys come in on time. So we'll start the calls, man. Didn't even get to the special guests or nothing, man. But we definitely gonna work it out. And that's my fault. I'm gonna take responsibility because I started about 20 minutes late today, right, Kurt?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, about that.
So I apologize to y'all, man. I apologize to my brother Kurt because Kurt was on time, man. Blue wasn't on time today, man.
It happens, man. This happens.
Yeah, so
we'll be on time next time.
Yeah, we're gonna be on time. From now on, man, we'll be on time. And Kurt, you tomorrow, man, you wanted to do some of the fights live?
Yeah, we can.
All right.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll see. I know it's your birthday and all that, so you know what I mean. But listen, go ahead, Kurt, close us out, man.
Hey, man, it was a great live stream, man. Hey, if you have a disagreement, we don't hang up the phones or nothing, man. We let you, cook. That's what the show is for. We're fair, and that's what the show is all about. Great live stream, man. A lot has happened today, man. And, enjoy the fights tomorrow. Enjoy the Triple G fight and the Jerron Ennis fight. Great live stream. And we'll see you Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yes, sir. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow us on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. So what we got for y'all. Salute. Peace.
Peace.